Bros This Week in Review podcast. It's been what, 2 weeks, Rich? Rich is on the other side here.
Yeah, yeah.
It's been about two
It's
weeks.
been a while. It's
Yeah.
been a while. Uh,
The
Scott's
big
been
Scott's been sick in the
Scott's
ER.
he's back in the ER again, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. But we're gonna just review what happened last week on Raw and SmackDown and what else just been going on. As you can know, the Olympics are going on and right now. I've been on that Olympic grind right now. Been watching all these nice Olympic competitions, which is pretty cool. But first, we're going to start off with Raw. First thing that happened on Raw was Reigns over Wyatt and Hardy appearance. Um, yeah, it was mediocre in my part, but it's just what was your true aspects of this?
It was kind of predictable. You know, Roman Reigns is not going to not be in the Elimination Chamber. The Matt Hardy gimmick coming on at the last second was probably the best part of the match. I thought and for Roman Reigns and Hardy, they worked it well together. I mean, or not Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt put on a good working match. I mean, it wasn't spectacular or anything, but it's been a lot better on Raw than what we've seen in or weeks past.
Yeah, I mean, but it's like one of those times. It's like, when is it have we not seen Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt? They
Yeah,
went through it for so many times, and then now they're just it's just like we're getting tired of the same old. And I guess that's what happens with television TV now, with going on TV. You got to put pay-per-view matches on television so you can draw an audience. But other than that, that happened. And then the next thing that happened was Jordan confronted by Rollins about injury, which is actually a true thing. I thought it was just a part of the storyline, but actually he went to have neck surgery. Um,
1 year
I
out, 1 year.
Yeah, he's out for a year. I think it's a good thing because this storyline that they did with Jason Jordan was terrible. Like I always said, it should have been Shelton Benjamin confronted by Rollins instead of Jason Jordan. They should have kept American Alpha the same. And yeah, it's just I feel bad for Jason Jordan because he did rise up, but the storyline, what he was doing, it just wasn't working.
It made him the most hateable character, and it worked. I mean, for his character, it worked, but I mean, now they're going to have to eat that about Kurt Angle's son unless they somehow magically do away with it. Like, oh, well, the DNA test results were not right. But I did like the storyline from the get go. I thought it was one of the stupidest things they could have done. Now they have to suffer in it.
Yeah, I mean, you're thinking about Gable, right?
Yeah, I wanted Gable. I thought Gable would have been a better storyline. He looks like Kurt Angle, and then you bring Jason Jordan over.
And then it's funny because you get all those people like online fans, like our buddy Scott calls them face fans.
Yeah.
He's over there. They're calling him, oh, it's Charmel and whatever. Kurt Angle had a kid and blah blah blah. But it was just stupid, in my opinion. But we got Balor Club over the Revival. I guess they pretty much this was I liked it. They screwed up last week when the Revival beat the Balor Club. Uh, but yeah, I'm just ready for a full on Balor Club, like multiple members now. I guess it's just I'm 6 months ahead to what they're doing right now. You know, that's what I'm thinking. It's like they should have pulled this thing like 6 months ago. You
But
know,
why? The thing that pisses me off about the whole thing is it's kind of like here. They're handing the shovel to Finn Balor. I like the Balor Club, like the whole gimmick, the whole reunion thing, but you're going to pair him and have him feud with the Revival and a WrestleMania build-up. Eventually, they'll go away from that, and hopefully, it'll be like The Miz and uh, Finn Balor. I don't, Finn Balor's been treated so poorly over the last few weeks. I think he loves working with them, but I just don't know. I'm kind of over it now. It's just like, you guys are doing my boys wrong. So,
yeah, I know. It's just and you look at what it's going on in Bullet Club. on New Japan is just ridiculous. You know,
I
it's
mean, you
just
got a 3-man faction on one side, and then you look at the Miz Taraj, another 3-man faction, and then you pair them with a Revival. What in
yeah.
the? That's also what in the fuck are they? That's why I was mad about the booking Monday night when we were in our little group chat. I said, "Why are they booking them like this? This is one of the worst bookings. It's the only bad booking on Raw for that night. I thought everything else was, the storyline, the bookings, it was all run pretty smooth, but then it's just you get the Balor Club, Finn Balor, who's a superstar, facing the
Mm-hmm.
Revival. It's like, I know you're trying to be different, but you've been a little bit too different.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one, dude. You're just, I don't know. They're just, it's like, it reminds me of those people that are trying to promote things and they're always 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks behind from the trends and shit. They're catching up. So I don't know. It's just, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just, been really frustrated
It's a
over
wait
it.
to see what they're going to do with them. I think there's something else coming. I don't think it's going to be, unless you see Anderson and Gallows versus like the Revival at like a pre-show thing. I could see
Mhm.
them doing that, but I just don't know, man. It's kind of like, whatever. The way to do it is to put Balor against the Miz. That would be
Yeah.
such a great match. I that's what I told people. I said we're what, 2.5 or a month and a half away from WrestleMania. A little over, no, it's not even that. It's like what, not 12 weeks away from WrestleMania, and you guys still can't book Finn Balor correctly. Get it together, Vince.
Yeah. It's just, it's crazy. It's crazy. But we got Asuka over Bailey. No surprise for me over there. Asuka over Bailey.
No, I thought it's like I said, it was another great booking, great match. These two went at it in NXT, so it was kind of like a little, hey, we're gonna give you a little bit of nostalgia effect to it, and
It,
you kind of starting to see somebody's gonna turn heel between Sasha and Bailey. You kind of saw the little butting of the heads there between the quote unquote best friends. Kind of like that little touch they did right before that match, though. I thought it was really, really well done.
yeah, and it's just, you knew Bailey and Asuka, they could work a match, and I like how this storyline's impeding with Sasha Banks, and they're trying to split those two up. Because didn't we call this last year or 6 months ago that Bailey and Sasha are going to be fighting?
Bailey turn.
So
I think the only way Bailey works right now. Now, maybe I think you turn Sasha heel because Bailey, little kids love her. So
Sasha's just awesome as a heel.
yeah,
Then we have Cedric Alexander and Mustafa Ali over Nice and Gulak. Yeah.
I really love the new. I really love the new 205 Live general manager.
Oh yeah, Drake Maverick came out.
Drake, whatever he's going by, he was what, the superstar Spud or whatever,
Rockstar Spud.
Rockstar Spud over there in GFW for many years. That one caught me off guard because everybody's like, well, what if it's Rey Mysterio? So no, Rey Mysterio was a one-off. I really love how he brings such a pizzazz, a flair. It gives the whole new GM another twist.
Yeah,
So
and
in 205 Live, I watched last week's 205. I'm actually enjoying 205 Live again. So, man, I
yeah,
guess I don't
and,
see why they would not put that on Cedric.
but here's the thing, though. I think the reason why everybody's too excited again about 205 Live is because it's a tournament style again. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, exactly.
It's a
Well,
tournament
that's how they had
style.
to get that title.
Yeah,
So,
and it's just, and breaking news on the Rey Mysterio fact about all you face fans out there that my buddy Scott says. Yeah, Rey Mysterio is going to be at Strong Style Evolved facing Jushin Thunder Liger. So I'm kind of stoked about that pay-per-view.
and you know what the best part about that is? Another nostalgia
It's
between the
none yet.
WCW days.
It's two people that have, what I was hoping that I could have seen these two people when I was younger, like 20 years ago during that, but we didn't. Jushin
Yeah,
Thunder
we were.
Liger. Yeah, and it's just, and WCW didn't have, were, I guess, smart to book that, but I guess having it now and seeing they're as old as they are. It is that nostalgia fact. It's just like seeing Hulk Hogan and Roddy Piper again fighting in the ring that haven't met each other. You know, it's like
Yep.
John Cena. It's just like John Cena and Tanahashi facing each other finally. You know, it's just the two best light heavyweights in the business.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
excited for the new pay-per-view. I think it's somebody
March.
else's. Omega is challenging someone else as well. I can't remember. I haven't not exactly seen the card, but Kenny Omega is wrestling someone else.
Yeah, and it's just, all the top stars are going to be there, so it's kind of awesome. It's going to be awesome. Yeah. And then so we had a segment with Angle, Bliss, Chamber contestants are Bliss, Sasha, Bailey, Rose Deville, and Mickie James.
How bad is Kurt Angle getting on a mic these days? He's like forgetting lines or something or another. They just need to let him go out there and ad-lib it, like basically improvise all his lines. He knows what he's doing, but it's like the lines were memorized and then they turn him out to be sexist. And I'm just like, yo. Mm-hmm. And I like how they played it off, though, because she was like, oh, you're sexist. And he was like, well, because she was bitching about Brock Lesnar. He's like, well, you know, Brock Lesnar defended his title at the Royal Rumble and you didn't. So I was like, ooh, mic drop.
Yeah, no, that was pretty cool.
But, you know, the contestants, you know, it's like, I don't know. It's kind of like, whatever. I like that they're doing an Elimination Chamber match, but they have to do it right like they did the Royal Rumble, or it's not going to work. Yeah. Royal Rumble worked because they got a lot of nostalgia in it, but you got to do this correctly.
Yeah, the nostalgia effect and for the Women's Royal Rumble pretty much made that Rumble pretty significant, especially having Trish Stratus coming out.
And I think, I don't know, you know.
And damn,
we're going to get over a little bit. So
yeah,
did I even put that note in there about Nia Jax?
Oh no, but I know what you're talking about. But
Nia Jax. Something about a triple threat match.
What? No, Nia Jax wrestled a 17-year-old. Yes, Nia Jax over Jabba. Yeah. The Jobber was a 17-year-old high school student.
Oh wait, no, it's the triple threat match for SmackDown. I'm getting confused. I was looking. Yeah. All right. Next, what do we have next here? Miz over
Apollo Crews. Yeah.
Oh wait.
Like again, it's just like predictable, bro. It's predictable again. We knew Miz is gonna go over, and I guess this is where you have to like decrease the schedule, man. Because you're just getting predictable outcomes of matches, and you're just like, what's going to happen? And when New Japan's schedule is so lax, where, you know, they wrestle at the beginning of the month, and then they have 2 weeks, and they wrestle later in the month. You know, it's just, oh man. And the one thing I like about this is Crews is getting better and better and better. I mean, he's bad
brand.
He's fabulous, and it's just he's getting a lot more screen time now, which is pretty cool.
So like I said, I don't like Titus O'Neil. Nothing wrong with the guy. I just don't like the gimmick. I think they need to re-scrap that whole gimmick of his, and I think he'd come off as a likable character. But, you know, it just seems like it's too corny of a gimmick for me to like, I think. And I like corny gimmicks, but when you get to the point where you're like some sort of Titus Worldwide, and then the only person you can recruit is Apollo Crews, you know what I'm saying? They're kind of like pulling the $1 million Ted DiBiase ripoff, but you only get one guy. That's not working. I'm just like, dude, this ain't the $1 million dream team or whatever. Get rid of the gimmick. Just have them as Titus O'Neil and just rename the team and still let Dana Brooke manage them. I think they'd be better off as a tag team instead of a singles competitors. But that's just how I feel about it. And the Miz, you know, he won the Raw Superstar, the WWE Superstar from Rolling Stones for a reason. He's basically carrying the banner with a freaking United States title. It's just like, maybe the Miz should be in there with the Universal title contention talk. Who knows?
Miz pretty much what Nakamura did with the IC title over in New Japan. He pretty just much claimed that title as his own.
They had to put it on Roman Reigns for him to go film that movie, but I mean, he's pretty much carried it since he's took it off of Dean
Dolph
Ambrose back at Great Balls of Fire. So
2 years ago. I mean, it seems like 2 years. It's just been Miz in the main event, the main picture of the Intercontinental title, and truthfully, he has elevated that title, like Shinsuke Nakamura elevated that Intercontinental title, and where it's at right now.
Yeah.
You know, it's just I'm really hoping they already, you know, I see him winding up for Apollo Crews, but I'm ready for them to shoot the trigger. You know, ready pull the trigger on Apollo Crews because he's really, really talented, strong, powerful. I mean, he has it all. It's just like you said, it's that Titus Worldwide is holding him down. But I do love Dana Brooks in a skirt. Do love her in a skirt.
I think you can probably, and I would actually buy into, as bad as that tag team division is right now, outside of the bar, because now you basically, I don't think you're gonna have Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, like, because they were talking about Seth Rollins facing Jason Jordan at WrestleMania. So I was just like, now you got to look at what are you gonna do with Seth Rollins for the next. You know, you got to find somebody to feud with him because obviously it's not going to be Reigns because Reigns is going to be obviously, you know, right now they're thinking Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, unless Bobby Lashley comes back.
Which I seriously think this is where they change it up and then they're going to put Braun Strowman against Brock Lesnar. And then they're going to have Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins going up against the Bar because Dean Ambrose is out. And the injury bug is hitting him now also too. So a lot of things are going to be changing up.
Yeah.
So a lot of things are going to be changing up.
So we'll find out at the Elimination Chamber because I do feel bad for Jason Jordan. You know, we just talked about his injury and how they had to drop they didn't drop the titles, but it just, you would think that if they wanted to put the titles on them, they would have had them beat the Bar. It just, Jason Jordan, the DQ. I mean, really, that's why I don't know if they're going to do it because, like I said, if they wanted to have them get the titles,
they could have had the titles then.
They could have the titles in. So I was just like, you know, it's kind of like I kind of like the Bar. I think the Bar is the best tag team in the company. Everybody was like, "Oh, there's a couple of Facebook pages talking about how the Usos are the best tag team in in WWE," and I said, "No, the Usos are the best mic. They can work the mic, but if you want to talk about pure talent, look at Sheamus and Cesaro, the Bar, man. That phenomenal tag team right now." That's what I said. I don't know that if they want to take it off of them unless there's, you know, the injury bug continues to hit them.
Yeah. So yeah, and like we just already went over it. Reigns and Rollins facing the Bar. That was actually, it was a pretty good match.
Yeah. And I wanted Scott on here because Scott, you know, calls him Boom and Reigns, but got to give the man credit. He had to put in a double duty shift, and it worked.
Yeah, it worked. And
respect to him for going out there working two long matches at that for Monday Night Raw due to injuries. It's just incredible how much that guy cares about the company.
And it just shows, and also it shows him that he is the face of the WWE already. When they're like, all right, man, you're going to have to go up there twice. You know, last time, you know, John Cena used to do that all the time back in the mid 2000s until he got injured.
And now it's Roman Reigns.
Yep. So, I mean, so you know who the torch is going to be passed down to, which I know my buddy Scott doesn't like it, but, you know, who cares? It's just...
If they would quit trying to shove him down the fans' throats and let them grow on it, like, let him come naturally.
Like Okada.
Yeah,
like Okada came naturally.
That's what they're doing wrong with Roman Reigns. They keep pushing him and pushing him. And then when it comes time to put him in a title match, they have him lose. And I'm like, you can't do that to the guy. I know you guys love Brock Lesnar, but get real, man. If you want to keep Roman Reigns relevant and get the fans to love him, have him beat the hell out of every single heel or do something creative with him. I'm all for turning him full heel as well, but I just don't know that I think it's going to be interesting to see this play out over the next week and a half, 2 weeks, or however long till the Elimination Chamber. That all of a sudden this Elimination Chamber just got more interesting, which, you know, we're going to talk about that here in a minute anyway. So
Yeah, and it's pretty cool because this elimination chamber, it's not just a men's elimination chamber, it's a women's elimination chamber, but we'll talk about that later. Um, we covered this Nia Jax over a jobber, and like I said, the jobber was a 17-year-old high school student, which is pretty cool in my opinion. If I was in high school and I was, trained, like I was doing sports and I didn't know that you could go ahead and go train for professional wrestling at the age of 15 or 16. If I would have knew that, I would have gone out there and fucking. Oh man.
We talked about going to the power plant many a times.
Yeah, I know. I was just like, we could have gone. I was like,
now I can't do that. I'm about 100 pounds overweight now, but that's a story for a different day. But
back in my younger days, dude, if we would have found out that wrestling, you can wrestle at 16. Hell yeah, I would have been like, Rick, try me.
Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah.
But so, yeah, I don't know why I guess they wanted somebody to get a shot. And you come out there and that's your job as the jobber to just get your foot in the door. And that's basically what she did. I mean, you never know. You may see her 3 or 4 years from now as one of the top superstars in the industry.
Yeah.
You just don't know why they book people like this.
I wonder.
But it was I think it was a filler match like, hey, we need something for you to do, Nia. So that's what she's done.
I wonder how it'd be if she would goes to school the next day. We saw you on Raw. You got your ass kicked. Yeah, but I made $500 for 15 minutes. So I mean, I give it to that girl. I mean, we put that on there. We didn't get the girl's name, but I give a lot of props for that girl just to go in there, step in that arena, with a lot of fans, and step in with all those professionals at 17 years old. She's going to be the LeBron James of women's professional wrestling here soon.
Yeah.
So then the next we had another women's match. It was Mickie James over Lacey DeVille. Bliss saves James from attack, which was surprising to me.
Yeah. Man, this makes. And the interesting part is we had that little feud with Mickie James and Alexa Bliss, but I think you're looking at the separation of Nia Jax and Mickie James now. Because they were like best friends or whatever, but then the whole Enzo Amore thing came along until Enzo was gone, and now it's kind of like you're not seeing them as close as they were. And the theory is maybe Mickie James is turning heel, but not like Absolution heel, but like Alexa Bliss heel. And I said, nah, I don't know what they're doing. It made it an interesting moment on Raw, that's for sure.
Well, it's just the thing is Alexa Bliss is a natural heel like Sasha Banks.
Yeah.
But the thing is I think they're going to, instead of having Absolution because of Paige's injury, I think they're trying to form that faction with Jax, James, and Bliss. And then have DeVille. And have DeVille and what's her face and Mandy Rose just go separate, because with Mandy Rose and Goldust, man, she could work valet for Goldust because that works pretty good in that mixed match challenge.
Yeah,
and it's just I see that going. I see Bliss and James and Jax being just being that that faction there that replaces that Paige and Paige's faction that they had, Absolution, which was a terrible faction name. And so,
but
yeah, and then so we're gonna go up with Elias. He has another gold single. Oh man, he's been just belching them out, dude. He's just like fucking Michael Jackson, 1984 style, with top hits after another. But are you getting tired of it? Him just open up with the songs before his matches?
No, I still think they're funny. I think they're going to ride this one out until the fans really, really get sick of it.
Yeah.
Right now, we love it.
Yeah.
So it's obviously not completely played out yet.
But I mean, we love it since the beginning because we got the gimmick. So, I mean, none of these, what Scott calls them, face fans. I think we're about to make a t-shirt called Face Fans and start handing them out.
That would be awesome.
Uh-huh. And oh man. So Elias wins the
Right.
right to enter the chamber last night against John Cena.
And
Um
Braun Strowman.
Braun Strowman. Yeah, dude, that was a shocker. And props to Elias Sampson. He's getting that push now.
Yeah.
And
It
so
what
I
makes it interesting is how he won it. It just you would think Braun Strowman would have won it, but and then they give it to Elias Sampson, and of course Braun Strowman gets pissed off and destroys the entire ring. So man, and the thing is, I'm beginning to like Braun Strowman, but the whole him destroying everybody in the ring, I'm kind of getting tired of it already. It's almost like they're making him indestructible, but
and
yet they
that's
don't.
why
See, the thing is, it's not that he's not indestructible; it's the fact that they won't put a belt on him. If he's
the
that
thing
indestructible, he should easily have won that triple threat match at the Royal Rumble. It's another way of misusing it. Maybe it's the build up that they're doing, but I'm still, it's like I said, I'm just kind of getting disappointed in it. He's terrorizing the entire roster, but then you don't want to even give him a belt. And a lot of my friends are like, "Hey, Braun Strowman needs a title." I said, "Yeah, he does. They're not going to put the Universal title on him, but he does need a title."
he does need a title.
It pisses me off with how they treat their superstars.
It's just their TV deal, man. There's too much programming. The schedule's overbooked. It's just too much. WWE is doing too much, in my opinion. While New Japan is doing too little. You know,
Yeah,
it's just they're doing it with New Japan. They make it simple. Simplicity is awesome. With WWE, they make it all complicated, and complication sucks. you know, so that's what we're gonna go. Elias Sampson, he won it with the John Cena roll up.
yep.
That's pretty cool. And the one thing is about the Braun Strowman, just about I get it, I like it. Everybody likes it. Everybody likes to see him. What is it? Super power slam people, and destroying things. But if he's gonna be indestructible, wouldn't that make him the perfect choice to go up against the Beast of Brock Lesnar? Because wasn't it the King that got pinned?
Yeah.
And come on, this dude Braun Strowman's indestructible. Did you see that knee that he gave to Brock and what Brock did to Braun?
Oh, and Brock got pissed off. I heard that was an accidental knee. Like he really got hit, and Brock Lesnar got put, like it angered Brock Lesnar. And it's not like Braun did it intentionally. Let's throw that out the window. It was accidental. But
it was planned. The move of that was planned.
Yes.
It's just it was really stiff. Yes. Really stiff.
And the Brock one thing about it, not like it at all.
And the thing about Brock Lesnar, if you're going to be stiff with him, he's going to be stiff with you. And he caught him in that rib punch, and that rib punch knocked him down. And the one thing you heard that pop onto Braun's face, and the one thing that happened, Braun Strowman didn't go down. That was a real punch, and he didn't go down. So it's just like, okay, that's where I said I see this going to WrestleMania. That's where I put it.
Man, at this point, it's hard to say.
Yeah,
it really. There's so much that can happen between now and WrestleMania, because Big Cass is supposed to be back at some point in time. He's back to working at the training center. I think they said sometime in April he's going to be back. So I can actually see him showing up at WrestleMania in some capacity. So
yeah. So we're going to go up to We're going to go to SmackDown, but before SmackDown, Rich has the list, the top 10 list, and I don't know, Rich.
I'm not happy with it. I'm not happy with it. All right, so here they are. Number 10, Ty Dillinger. Number 9, Randy Orton. Number 8, Becky Lynch. Number 7, The Usos. Number 6, The New Day. 5, Bobby Roode. 4, Naomi. 3, Shinsuke. 2, Charlotte. 1, AJ Styles. 1 and 2, I go 1, 2, and 3. I'm fine with. But then you get down to 4, and you got Naomi. Naomi over freaking Randy Orton, Becky Lynch, the Usos, and the New Day. And it's like then you got the Usos below the New Day, but yet the Usos are the tag team champions. And I'm sitting there thinking, why in the hell is Ty Dillinger even on this list? He is like barely on TV anymore.
Where is Kevin? Where's Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens? It's like it's like Sami Zayn's 10, and you can put Kevin Owens at 4, and boom, there you go. There's your top 10's fixed.
And how in the hell is Dolph Ziggler not even on this list? He's more relevant than Ty Dillinger, and he's not even on TV. Well, he's coming back Tuesday night, but I mean, he's not even on TV right now. And he's been more relevant than Ty Dillinger has. And maybe it's the whole 10, the perfect 10 gimmick that got him on the 10 list. But I mean, it's just like, I just don't get it. I don't know where. I want to know who created this list.
Okay, out of those people, give me 3 people that you would take out.
Ty Dillinger.
You replace them with.
I'd take out Ty Dillinger, and I'd actually. Oh man, because if it was my 10 list, the only one I could see taking out, well, Ty Dillinger, Naomi, and oh man, I hate to say it, but I'm probably going to take Becky Lynch out as well. I would probably put another. Oh man, maybe not. I'm trying to think because not very many women on the SmackDown roster. But I would probably put Naomi out and put Ty Dillinger at 4. Or no, I'm sorry. Take Naomi out. I'd actually probably move, if you want to leave Naomi on the list, I would move Naomi to 10 and probably put Dolph Ziggler at 4. I mean, it's just, I just don't see how you can have a SmackDown Superstars list. And then you don't even, where's Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn and all this?
That's what I'm talking about. Where's Rusev? Where's Rusev? That's what I'm wondering. Rusev could be number 10.
More than anyone else on the roster. So Rusev it's just, I don't know. And Randy Orton is oh man, I would probably take Orton off the list as well. But yeah. I mean, you've got more relevant superstars on that are actually doing things. And I know, like I said, I'm a Dolph Ziggler fan. He's probably one of my favorite SmackDown stars. But him not being on the list, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, out of all those people, I mean, come on. I think it's a joke of a list. Like I said, 1, 2, and 3, you can't argue. AJ Styles champ, Charlotte the champ, Shinsuke won the Royal Rumble. Then you go 4 through 10, it's a complete mess. I think the Usos probably should be number 4. If we're being honest. If you want to go champion, Usos should be number 4.
Yeah, your top 3 spots or top 4 spots should be your champions.
I can even argue the case that the Usos should be over Shinsuke. But since Shinsuke won that Royal Rumble, I would actually leave him at 3 and put the Usos at 4. Bobby Roode is actually fine at 5. I would probably move the New Day to 6, and then I would have Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn is 7 and 8. Dolph Ziggler at 9, and then
Naomi at 10.
Naomi at 10, and that's my top 10.
Okay. Well, we will put that on the Stoner. That's the Stoner Bros top 10. That's what we're gonna put it there.
that should be the legitimate top 10. And Naomi making it. I still don't know, but I see that you've got to have some women on there. I'm actually a Ruby Riott fan. I actually like Ruby Riott over Naomi right now. I think Ruby Riott's been a little bit more, what's the word I'm trying to look for? A little bit more dominant. But that's just how I feel. But I can, like I said, I would, if anyone goes off, it would be, who do we take? Randy Orton would be off the list in place of Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah. So we had Charlotte Flair over Liv Morgan, Enzo's ex. It's just another simple SmackDown. Did
they break up?
Yeah, they've been broken up. That's why
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they've been broken up. I think that's one of the reasons why they broke up. I don't know. I'm just I'm trying to don't listen to what I say. But yeah, it's just like it's just the Flair over Liv Morgan is predictable. The thing is you had the Riot Squad, or what is it? Riot? I don't even know.
The Riot Squad.
Yeah, and it's just it's just predictable, and Charlotte Flair is the top women's wrestler, and Liv Morgan has a lot to do to be up in that level, and I'm wondering what are they doing? What this going to do with this faction? That's what I like about, you know, the Riot Squad faction. Like I'm waiting for what's the end product. So I'm kind of excited for it.
Yeah, I am too. Oh, man, it just it. Oh man, Absolution would have been phenomenal had Paige. I'm still mad that Paige got hurt, but this is kind of like the junior league of what Absolution was. But I think like Ruby Riot from the Riot Squad comes off a little bit more of an asshole than Paige did. But that's just how I feel about it. And it's like you said, Flair's on top of her game. I think no matter who she faces at WrestleMania, I think they need to keep this belt on her for quite some time. But that's just how I feel about it.
Yeah, you know, Vince doesn't care about our fucking feelings anyways.
No. He's like, feelings.
Anyways, anything that we predict, he does it 6 months later.
Yeah.
So fuck that guy.
Somebody's going to beat Charlotte at the Royal Rumble, or not the Royal Rumble, at SummerSlam.
Yeah, I know, right?
6 months away from SummerSlam. Well, 7 months away from SummerSlam, so something's going to happen in SummerSlam. Maybe Dean Ambrose wins the Universal title, or the title back from The Miz. Because I don't see that they're going to take that off of him anyway. But, yeah. And one thing, this next note, the Bludgeon Brothers over some jobbers. Oh, man. I'm going to tell you, I
want some real competition for these guys, bro. You know,
it's like if I have to watch them take on jobbers one more time, I'm gonna gouge my eye. I'm getting tired of it. I understand they're dominant. I know that you're trying to build them up, but to me, it's like I kind of starting to feel that maybe they're gonna get a title shots against the Usos, because if you see that they've been kind of teasing it a little bit with how the Bludgeon Brothers would leave, the Usos would come on, the Usos would come on, the Bludgeon Brothers would leave, and they're kind of eyeballing each other. And I really like the Bludgeon Brothers. Now, I hated the gimmick at first, but I like where they're going, where they're slapping each other, and they're basically destroying everything in their path, like Braun Strowman did for months when he was facing jobbers. But do this right. If you're going to make them dominant, make it a long-standing feud with the Usos. I'm all for it. I think it's going to be a great feud if they do it right. But like I said, Vince, you don't listen to us anyway, so it's not going to happen that way, at least for another 6 months.
Yeah, it's just like, oh man, like I agree with you. Like if I see the Bludgeon Brothers go over on jobbers again, I'm throwing my remote at the TV. Like I'm done. I am done watching WWE if they do that again. I'm like tired of it. I'm really tired. I want to see him go up against real competition. You know, like the Fashion Files. The Fashion Files, like Breezango. Yeah, no. And it's just like, come on, dude, you could give them. There's so many other tag teams that you could have done. You know, did they give them to? They could have made it Harper, you know, Mojo Rawley and Zack Ryder before the split out and gave him some competition, but that didn't even work out. You know, it's just like, I'm already like, I'm done with it. I'm done with Bludgeon Brothers. I was done with Bludgeon Brothers when they came out with that terrible costumes and all that shit with the terrible gimmick. I'm done with it. But if they could turn around and be like the Bar and being physical and strong style-esque and whatever, stiff people, I'll probably get back on their bandwagon. But for me, I'm done. I'm
not on the bandwagon, but I want them to, like you said, I'm in the same boat. I want them to do something other than go over against a bunch of no-names. It's getting irritating.
Yes.
It's like every week they come out and you're like, I thought, and that's why I think they're going to eventually match them up with the Usos, because they're cutting their promos, having them enter, cutting the Usos off. So I'm hoping like Tuesday night, the Usos come out and say, you guys got a problem with us? And then they start fighting in the ring. That's what we really want to see. That would be awesome. But like you said, fuck your feelings. That's what Vince says to us.
Yep. The Usos promo. And I put this on the group chat earlier, and I was like, I asked, does this gimmick remind you of anybody else? And I put on that Tama Tonga G1 Climax USA special, and he's like, fuck you, bitch.
You know, that was probably the best promo the Usos have cut in their entire career. Really well done promo. You know, it's like I said, the way the timing is between that and the Bludgeon Brothers, I don't know what they're going to do. I don't like the Gable and Benjamin thing. it's just not working for me. And I know the fans are starting to kind of hate it as well. They shouldn't have broke up American Alpha, but
Yeah.
you know,
They shouldn't have broken up American Alpha in the first place. That's what
yeah,
really pissed
it's
me
like
off.
breaking up the Shield in the first place. Why would you break up one of the best things that is going with the WWE? That's why I'm hoping, like, if when Dean Ambrose comes back, like, they bring them back together and keep them together for like the rest of the time until one of them leaves or whatever. But Uso's promo was phenomenal. Is one of the highlights of the night for me.
It's just remind me of a basic Tama Tonga promo that he does, but after his matches. It's just, that's what it reminded me. I guess it's just like, are the Usos really that gangster? Because Tama Tonga doesn't ain't gangster. He's just talking true shit when he's out and he's like, yeah, fuck these guys. They ain't shit. I'm Tama Tonga. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go drink some beer with fucking Bad Luck Fale. But it's just I like the Usos. They're good workers, man. They're good workers, and you see the thing. I was hoping that they'll start this feud with the Bludgeon Brothers because they stared them down hardcore. Yeah, I just don't like this Uso penitentiary thing.
Lockdown.
I don't know. It's just there's so many things that the WWE could be so much better at, and it's just gimmicks like that. I mean, if the Usos could just be themselves, like how they are acting on it, instead of just portraying it like they're true gangsters and shit like that,
Yeah.
Hood people, I guess, whatever. We got Root over Rusev and RKOs for everyone. It's just that was awesome, but like we say it each time we see it, Rusev is so over.
I mean, they were chanting Rusev Day when Rusev had nothing to do with the conversation at the beginning of the show with the Daniel Bryan promo. Shane O'Mac, they were in the ring and they were chanting Rusev Day. So I'm just like, you guys are not working this card right. I didn't think Rusev was gonna win like the title, but at the same time, it's like, don't shit on the man's stage. Like
right.
Randy Orton coming out and doing the RKOs, and I think Randy Orton's trying to say, hey, I'm in this United States title picture or whatever they're calling it. So I don't know what they're doing. It's been a mess on SmackDown anyway. And I was looking, I wanted to know because I know Dolph Ziggler's coming back to TV and then they're going to book him with Baron Corbin. What the hell? See what I'm saying? It's freaking Road Dogg booking for you.
I've been telling you, man. It's like I don't have any TV experience.
Ziggler face again. But don't do that. Don't continue to piss. I'm telling you, Ziggler's going to walk away. They keep doing them like this. Don't want to happen.
I don't know, man. It's not just Raw. It's not just SmackDown. It's the whole entire WWE writing team. Yep. They just need to get fired. Period.
Well, I thought the writing was okay on Monday night. And then Tuesday, it kind of was like a little underwhelming. Like the whole entire booking was just, I don't know why they want Jesse Road Dogg James to continue to do this. No clue what he's doing.
No clue what he's doing. It's just, you RKO your biggest chant in that building, Rusev Day. I mean, I feel like Derek Zoo, in Zoolander, the Will Fuller's character, and they play Hansel, and he's just like, he's so hot right now. That's what I feel like when I hear Rusev. He's so hot right now.
I mean, you continue to make one of your best-selling superstars look like a complete jackass in front of the fans.
Right. It's just
but
terrible.
I know Randy Orton is the kind. He's an in-betweener. But I probably would have just had Rusev get out of there and Bobby Roode celebrating, and then had Rudin start a Rudin or Orton, and let Rusev get out of there. If you're not going to keep him in the title picture like that, let him get out of there. Don't freaking have him be RKO'd when the fans love him. It makes no sense.
Agreed. We got Benjamin on Gable over his extension. You already know us. You already heard us about what they did wrong with America Alpha in the first place. And then this here, I mean, Ascension, I saw him being one of the most dominant tag teams in NXT to being a jobbers in the main roster. I was like, what is going on? Like, I know they
Uh,
can do better, and it's just like Benjamin and Gable really. You could have just kept Jordan and Gable, and that tag team would have been a whole lot better, you know?
Shelton Benjamin is much better as a singles competitor.
Yes, he is. He
Gable,
is.
I'll give Gable credit. Like when he wrestles with his moves, when he's hitting somebody, he snaps real quick, sells it really well. But I think he's a bit dangerous with the chop blocks in there. That's just my opinion. I don't think the chop block should be a legal wrestling move since you're basically taking a wrestler out at the knees. And then
Yeah.
it looks, and I'm sure they're doing it safely, but I still think it should be a banned move. It doesn't look pretty when it happens, and you never know when somebody's going to tear an ACL doing something stupid like that. Yet they continue to
Yeah,
let it happen, but we saw it happen to the Usos when Jey Uso twisted his ankle from a chop block thrown by Chad Gable right before the Royal. I think it was before SummerSlam or one of them where he threw a chop block at him. I think no, it was right over Christmas, I believe, and everybody's like, "Oh, I hope he's okay." So it's and I'm kind of tired of Gable and Benjamin now. It just didn't work. It didn't work for me from the get go.
yeah, this is one of those experiments that definitely gets enough. So, and then we got the double DQ Zayn/Owens, and DB announces a triple threat match for WrestleMania.
Oh no, that should not. That's not right because it's going to be Shinsuke and the WrestleMania is not right. I think it's the next pay per view, whatever the next pay per view is for them. It's not the Elimination Chamber. Oh, I typed that out wrong. I was in a hurry when I wrote it. It's for their next pay per view, whenever that is.
Payback, I believe.
No, maybe I think Payback is after WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think it is after WrestleMania. Fastlane.
Let me look it up real quick. We can talk about the DQ, and I'll get back to you on that one.
Yeah, the double DQ between Zayn's and Owens. I don't know, man. They put. I honestly, it's just like, all right, we're gonna put you guys together, and then we're gonna break you guys up like 2 months time. And it's just like, again, Vince is like, fuck your feelings, I don't care. And I'm like sitting here, it's like, don't do it, Vince. You better not, Vince, because I will go up to Sanford, Connecticut, chop block you, and chop you left, right, backhanded, front handed. I don't care. I'll chop you. Don't do it, Vince.
It is Fastlane, by the way.
And it is Fastlane. Okay. So yeah,
I kind of like the triple threat match, but oh man, I don't know. I don't know how bad Kevin Owens is hurt though, because there was reports that his back was banged up, and that's why they were going to start breaking him up to get him off TV. But then you put him in another pay-per-view, so maybe that was just a rumor because it was supposed to be him and Rollins that had bad backs. And Rollins like, no, I'm fine. So apparently the reason why they said that is they didn't want it to be Jason Jordan. I guess they thought that, I don't know. But I like the booking. That just tells me that if you're going to they're not going to let AJ Styles drop this title. They're going to keep it on him until you get to WrestleMania at least, because everybody wants to see Shinsuke and AJ. It's going to happen. There's no way in hell they're going to take the belt off AJ now. Just can't do it with a dream matchup for WrestleMania.
But the one thing is about this dream match, it ain't going to compare to Wrestle Kingdom 10's match that they had.
Oh, probably not. But you're still going to get it.
You're still going to get it in a WWE style, but everybody's hoping it's going to be a Wrestle Kingdom 10 kind of match. But I'm sitting here, I'm like, nope, it's already going to be a 3-star match. I'm already calling it 3 stars. But we're almost at the end of the show. But Rich, NXT TakeOver, Johnny Gargano, Andre Cien Almas, the face fans out there just being ridiculous about Dave Meltzer giving it a 5-star rating. Your opinions on it? Do you agree with them? And yeah, man, just go on from there.
I thought it was how man. See, I thought the extreme match was better than the last match, but I'm the kind of guy that wants to see somebody get their butts kicked. Like when he the guy got flipped upside down and landed on his back over the chairs. That was dangerous. That was what I wanted to see. You know, and I think the problem with NXT is in the long run, is I do agree. I thought you could, to be fair, that was one of the better matches they've had in recent years. But the problem with NXT is during the weekly shows, they only give it an hour, and it needs to be extended to 2 because you're not getting all your full talent. You're not utilizing your full talented roster you have. You get matches that have nothing to do with like the main superstars on NXT. It just, and I think hopefully Triple H, Vince, and all them say, yeah, we need to go ahead and extend this 2 hours because we're airing it on the network anyways. So I mean, why not? But you know, takeovers are always better than like the regular pay-per-views for the WWE. So I actually thought Takeover was still better than the Royal Rumble. So I can't argue with Meltzer on that one.
Yep. And I was just the reason why I didn't give the Aleister Black and Adam Cole match a 5 is because when you had the Undisputed Era come out and pull up Aleister Black, that's when I was like, dude, the match is already good as it is, but you brought those 2 people out, you pretty much diminished the match. So that's why I got a 4.5 out of 5. But I do agree with, you know, I love that Andre Cien Almas and Johnny Gargano match. It was awesome. And dude, I was spectacular. Some news from New Beginning Osaka. No surprise here. Okada still the IWGP Heavyweight Champion. He is the record holder for most consecutive days or most days being held as a title. He's going after Tanahashi's record of 11 title defenses in one reign. So go Okada. Marty Scurll and Hiromu.
Lose that belt anytime soon.
Yep. And who was it? Oh, Will Ospreay and Hiromu Takahashi pulled on one of the. If you want to go watch some great cruiserweights, go watch New Japan's junior heavyweight division, and you're going to be amazed. I posted it on the group.
W cruiserweights off the network, $9.99.
No, I'm just saying, like, I posted that match on the chat, on our chat, and I watched it. It was actually pretty good. New moves were invented that game. New moves were invented. So it was awesome. Other than that, Makabe challenges Minoru Suzuki for the IC title. And that's it on the other side. What else has happened? Oh, yeah. MS joined ROH. And Kenny Omega versus Cody Rhodes is going to be happening here soon at Supercard of Dishonor or Supercard of Honor or some stuff like that. But that's what's happening in the wrestling world.
Away from Elimination Chamber.
Yep. And then we also Richard's kind of on the down after his Patriots lost this past week. And
I'm not on the down. I've been getting blown up in my inboxes from other Patriots fans trying to get the like getting pity, like, oh, they're starting to complain about this stupid stuff, and I'm like, we're not freaking fans like that. Well, yeah. I'm not that way. I'm a good loser. You know, you got losers, good losers. I say you guys need to quit being spoiled and appreciate the fact that we've seen Tom Brady and Bill Belichick playing 8 Super Bowls. I'm never going to see that as a Patriots fan. When both of them step away, you may see the playoffs here and there, but you're not going to see the domination like this. I've been blessed as a Patriots fan to see that my entire life. You're never going to see that again with another quarterback coach. And somebody said, oh, it's going to be Shanahan and Garoppolo. I said, no, it isn't. You may get a couple of playoff appearances, maybe a Super Bowl appearance, but they're not going to dominate like Belichick and Brady did. Not going to happen.
You still got a good 2 or 3 years out of Brady, and then probably another good 5-6 years out of Belichick.
I got a feeling Belichick's on his way out soon. Not like getting fired, but I think he's going to retire. There's no way they would not have let Josh McDaniels There's no way they would have kept McDaniels if that wasn't the case.
For sure, for sure. The Olympics are up here. I'm on this Winter Olympics binge. I'm just waiting for this hockey. I'm waiting for USA Hockey, baby. Some hockey, international competition. That's what I look forward to.
I've been watching all kinds of stuff today. So
yeah, I've been watching some speed skating. Apollo Anton Ono, favorite short track speed skater. I don't know. I'm kind of stoked, kind of not. I'm just seeing,
again?
Huh?
Is Ono competing again?
No, he ain't competing. He retired. The guy's fucking smart. But although she's just like, I don't know. I'm always excited when the Olympics come around for 2 weeks. It's just 2 weeks of sports, of individual competition and hockey.
And then right after that, you get the elimination chamber.
And then right after that, it's got March Madness, baby. Ooh, it's money making March.
Right in between March Madness, we get Fastlane.
And then you got the NCAA championship, and then baseball's all here. And then by the time you know it, summer's down, and then boom, football.
WrestleMania is around the corner.
And what is it? Oh yeah, the World Cup is this summer too. So yeah, 2018 is looking pretty big this year.
And then 2019, we'll get the XFL. This time next year, we'll still have football on with the XFL.
Right. So who knows? Who knows? Yeah. But this is going to be the end of the show. If you want to catch us, you can catch us on our own website now. It's stonabrosports.com. We have our own website. You can check us on our videos. We're going to be posting some blogs up here. It's going to be me and Richard going to be mostly the blog masters on that.
Yeah, when I get some information together, I'll get it up.
Yeah. As soon as Scott gets back, we hope Scott gets better and stuff like that. Other than that, like us on Twitter, at Stoner Bros 2. Facebook, we have our own Facebook page now at Stoner Bros. Go and hit us on the like button on that. Google Plus, like we're all linked up now. So you just hit us up, catch us up. But we're gonna do a recap on Raws and SmackDown. We're changing it up instead of doing live reactions. Live reactions is just gonna be once in those blue moons kind of thing. Pay-per-views and big sports matchups. But we're used to these. We're used to not showing our face, and those live reactions we're gonna be showing our faces. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great Saturday. It's almost 30 degrees down here in DFW. I hope you all stay warm out there.
60 here.
Yeah, you're going to get a cold front coming here soon. Tomorrow, you're going to get your cold front coming, Rich. I promise you that.
So, no, I think we're going to get in the 50s next week, but nothing colder than that.
But other than that, we're out of here. Peace, love, and happiness. Any final words, Rich?
Nope, got to get some dinner. That's my final words.
All right.
You want to call it.
You're right. Y'all have a good night and take it easy.